This is Thursday, March 20, 2025. Current time is 9:28 in the AM Eastern Standard Time. I just want to go over old levels that still hold up and make a note of it. This level here was from July, and the bottom of that held up very well. The top also made support at one time, and the bottom made support as well. The next level up that I had from about 8 months ago also has interacted quite well with it. And some other level I had, just a basic trend line, has also held up as well. Leading into market open is 9:28 right now, and it would appear like it is trying to make some support down here, but again, that's never like a guarantee. Most of the volume so far this morning, the trend it's in is in a downward trend on a 30-minute time frame, which is hard to get over, especially at 9:30, unless it's just massive buy volume at exactly 9:30 here in 45 seconds. Again, it's just difficult to get over that hump when you've had, sell volume and you don't have like a single attempt at beating out previous sell volume. So it just makes it that much more difficult. On the day, so far, you have had, well, there it is. You've had only 10% buy volume, 90% sell volume on the Dow. On the daily, it looks like it's in a bullish trend, but it's also not quite. Yesterday did okay, but today's been nothing but sell volume so far. But mainly, I just want to make a note of those older levels that did hold up and interact quite well. I don't know if that happens all the time, or even what I base those off of. I know what I based them off of, but I don't know the exact date that I did it, and I don't know if I made a video on it or not to help jog that memory, because I do a lot of videos and a lot of different strategies, and this one here where I'm drawing the Fibonacci is my main one that I have quite a bit of faith in to a certain degree. It does interact with them quite often. Sometimes it don't at all, but a lot of time it does. I'd say the majority of the time they do interact, especially when I do them fresh and do the math on that day. But this math here is based off 8 months ago. So I'm just curious on what that means and if it will, make a bottom and then, just keep on rocketing up until it hits like one of these more recent Fibonacci levels, like the 50% level on this one. If it happens to get up there, it'd be 44,100 to the median level on that one, and that could be a goal. A lot of crap can be a goal. 50 moving average can be a goal. ATR trailing stock can be a goal. Top of the average daily range can be a goal wherever it's at. Top of the average daily range is here, so it's way above where many statistical algorithms that trade think that it should be at. And they see it as being above where it's supposed to be traded at right now, or below right now. It was above though. But I guess the opening bell did happen. It looks like it was buy volume at the open. But it was also at a lower level than many algorithms would think it would be trading at. It was a whole lot of buy volume at the open though. Now, can it go on for a bunch of minutes in a row or just a couple minutes and fizzle out? That's the question here. It's not just hammering its way up, but it is more buy volume and sell volume at the open. Which is, quite common. Sometimes it'll be 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes that's all it has. Then it fizzles out. And the first couple minutes, the first minute was powerful, then not as powerful, not as powerful. And this one has another 20 seconds to go. If that don't beat the previous one, then you can kind of tell, they're not going to hammer the hell out of it up all day long. Or at least that's not what it appears like as of right this moment in time. That was all buy volume though. Mostly buy volume. No, that candle's up with mostly buy volume, but it's still like the actual volume itself don't outpace the previous one. But it's also not being sold off into. I have no idea where it'll go to today. I really don't. It'd be just total guess. You can use the Anchor VWAP in the positive 3 deviation. Goodness, I'm just all over the place at the moment. If it happens to get a positive 3 deviation or negative 3 deviation, these are more intraday type levels that can be played off of. As of right now, 42,682 shows that many algorithms would find that as being a profit taking level. And right now, it's a whole bunch of sell volume. And that's all sell volume. So that's like 5 minutes or less into the opening bell, and then it wants to fizzle out. Or algorithms just want to hammer it down that are trading intraday on a 1 minute time frame to try to spike it down to get a better price. No, there it goes back up. That was just some profit taking. But on my setup, it shows it as being more bullish than bearish right now. So I would be, if I was in a position, I'd be leaning more in a bullish way until it shows a divergence. And I typically don't like going back and forth between different tickers. S&P is having mostly buy volume this morning, so it's leading the rest of the market. Which it typically does. S&P is more heavily traded than pretty much anything else. And NASDAQ has mostly buy volume as well. So, and it just hit VWAP also. So it will have some resistance here, or less. Half the algorithms will continue to buy it, and half of them will sell off into this level. That's just how they do. It's your median level on the day. Your potential high on the day that many algorithms like. If anybody happens to see this, when I say the high or low or whatever, it's just what I see many algorithms play at different times. And you can see how it interacts with it right there, of how it is making some resistance, but it is overall staying in a bullish, healthy way. And it may break above that, and it may target up higher. Or the next target to me will be this positive 2 deviation at 20,095, and the next one up is 20,201. That is a healthy move from here to here on one contract for this, and there's many more contracts being traded than just that. On a, do I not have 10 minutes on here? In the last 30 minutes, let's look at that one. You've had mostly buy volume, and it has outpaced the previous one, so that is more of a healthy way as well. it's just proof in the pudding whenever you see how it interacts with the statistical mean level. Yes, there was some profit taking in there, but on my setup, it still shows this being bullish, even though now isn't the perfect time to be taking a position. If he's in a position, though, if he's long already, then it'd be fine to try to hold on to it, in my personal opinion. Just because I think it will continue to go up. As of right this second. But it does look like it's going to break through. Let's look at something else since I'm not even trading. BTI, British American Tobacco, is still doing fairly well. I still expect this at some point in the future to get up to $53. If that happened right now, that'd be not logical for it to go up that high. But at some point, I think it will in the future, and I think there will be some resistance. I keep hearing something like tapping around, driving me crazy. Oh well. Walmart went down to the 200 moving average and has tried to make some support there. On that earnings, whenever that happened, I did map it off, and I didn't have like a huge divergence in what I thought it can do. I mean, it wasn't much at all. It was $7 or so. So I didn't have a high faith in that, and sure enough, it just powered right through it. But if it wants to retest that level, then Walmart may come down to $72.56 again, which is a big drop from the recent high. SRG, I was expecting that was a pretty good prediction on that earnings play, what the top would be and where the bottom bounce could be. That one, yeah, I mean, it's proof in the pudding. Like a day or two before earnings, you map it off and it holds up well. But OI is definitely wrong about. I mean, it did retest everything though. It did sort of kind of what was expected. Like it went way above what I thought it would. But you can kind of play it day to day. Whenever it starts making red candle, when it's way up there. Only one that kind of screwed you up was probably this one here, but that was about a perfect doji. That was a doji that shows a good turning point. That was a really, really good fun or technical play if you happen to be there out on that day and watching it and expect more of a downward move. And it just stayed powerful downward. And you can see where Algorithms stopped taking profit on the downward side is for that previous earnings where he thought it should make some support. And whatever it would have been on this earnings, that one is probably not all that important because the previous one never did get played on. So the previous one that didn't actually get messed with or had any dealings with it did finally make support a little bit or profit taking from the downside. I haven't looked at Bob in a while. Wow. I think what I thought could happen with Baba was like 80 could be the high. I think one earnings play is like right here. I thought $80 or 86.23 could be the high, and that kind of was. then it rejected, and then it got picked up for whatever reason, and then it made another rejection exactly there again at the next earnings play, and then it just got picked up for whatever reason again. But I thought 86 could be the high, and typically what happens is if it is more of a fundamental play, which I don't. If it's a fundamental play, then in previous resistance can become support, and that's almost what happened there, and that's why it's really high now. To me, I wouldn't want to be buying it up here. And gold has been interesting to watch too. I haven't kept up with it, but it is doing quite well. Where I think a lot of profit take going to be at is 3,300 roughly. I need to set an alert for that. Yeah, it's a whole lot of buy volume flooded in at that market open. And again, I said, well, here's the S&P. It's at the anchor VWAP right now, so it can make some resistance as well. Sort of like the NASDAQ did a while ago. It's still like in that area. And again, like some algorithms take profit there and some keep trying to buy it up. It's just now the way it gets played is just buy versus sell volume, basically. If the buys still continue outpacing and the theme is bullish, then they continue to buy it up. Then whenever that happens to switch, then they'll sell. So if I was playing it right now, I'd be expecting to take some profit now. If I was bullish, I wouldn't want to keep holding unless I just got a really good deal lower. But if I got in somewhere up here, I'd be trying to take profit, or anything in here like you've been waiting all this time and finally like you're in some profit. So there's all those people tuning algorithms that are taking some profit. Usually at 1019, the markets, the volume really tapers off at that time too. But yeah, I'd still maintain a bullish thought process if I was playing. And at market open is all buy volume, so they're trying to set the tone, and that did get a better buy entry at that level, or even at this level, and they just kept on holding and hoping that it will continue to maintain a bullish way, which on all my stuff shows is bullish still. Like from 931, 932, 931, it definitely was maintaining a bullish trend, or trying to. It never flip-flopped. When it flip-flops, that sucks too, because that's how you get screwed over really bad. If it maintains a bullish way like it did here, then it's easier to hold on to. It's easier just to take profit or be in profit. Yeah, I continue to maintain a bullish thought process. That's fairly easy the way I have my shit set up here. Just to be able to maintain a bullish thought process, or be error on the side of being bullish. And again, right there's your VWAP. That's a statistical mean. Some algorithms are taking profit now, and once that flips, then it may reject some. And once it makes a red candle, that's also another confirmation. And that's mostly sell volume now on that last candle. So now it's more profit taking. Now algorithms may be scared. 9 moving average is here. And you can see how it interacts with it. It should be more profit taking now because I get a little bit scared. The buy volume is not outpacing the sell volume. We've got 10 seconds left on that candle. It's appearing like it's nothing but sell volume now. Alright, that candle's over with. It was mostly sell volume. Not massive. But several algorithms took profit through there. I don't know what was making that clicking sound on here. Well, I was trying to become bullish. That's when it's going to flip flop. And again, like, it's not wise to take a position there anyway. I don't know what in the world is going on with that pause button. Yeah, it's good to see how it interacts up there. And good reminder of why you don't want to take a position there. Just because you're literally words just flip a coin area by many algorithms. And you can see how it interacts there. It went from very bullish to one bearish to trying to be bullish again. It never did break down below the 9 moving average. It never did give you a red candle. It never gave you fully confirmation it was bearish. And that's why these levels suck to play with. But you can see how it interacts though. And see how it's like indecision like area like crazy. I'm still overall bullish though. It's just getting other algorithms on board to keep buying. And I really don't know where I'm trying to take profit. Since it is interacting with that level very well, then I imagine this level will be another profit taking level if it happens to get up that damn high. That's pretty good chunk of money to get it up to that level there. That's 46 points. $46 times 50, whatever that is, to get it up to there. Or 48 times 50. Might as well say 50 times 50, honestly. That's $2,500 position, or $2,500 profit if they was able to keep up with it. Let's see here. Yeah, roughly $2,500 on one contract to hold it all the way through there from right here. But anyway, that's long enough video. I'm still overall bullish, even though it's not, massive gapping up. And it is at statistical mean, and some algorithms do take profit here. It's not proven itself to be a bearish move yet, and algorithms haven't, you can see how the 9 moving average is helpful. It got purchased up there. They're buying up small dips to maintain a bullish way about it. It's not making a big green candle though. Mostly, buy volume in bullish ways all across, my setup. So maintaining a bullish outlook right now is more prevalent than thinking that it's going to be like a big pullback setting up. Just they're not massively buying it either. But that's how a typical boring day should be after FOMC too. So it is what it is. Hope you're happy, healthy, and well. Goodbye.